Welcome back. Happy Saturday. Yeah, Saturday already. Again, it's the weekend already. 2023 F1 driver lineups ranked from worst to best, courtesy of the race. Shout out to them. I am very much looking forward to it. I mean, obviously, we've had a lot of changes in this season. Obviously, with Sargent coming to Williams, Piastri to McLaren, Fernando Alonso going from Alpine to Aston Martin, and a lot more changes. So I'm very, very much looking forward to it. I'm not sure who's going to be first, who's going to be last. I'm pretty sure first, probably going to be what? Red Bull? Mercedes? I'm assuming. As for the last, I feel like it's going to be Williams. I feel like it is going to be Williams, but we're going to see. But I'm very much looking forward to it. So hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. You guys let me know what you guys think throughout the video of each change you guys would make. I'll let you guys know my thoughts throughout the video. And pretty much, that's it. Let's get started with the video. Don't forget to like the video and sub as well. As always, thank you guys again for the love and appreciation. Let's get started.
F1 teams are heading into 2023 with a change in their driver lineups after a year
Logan Sargent.
It became unexpectedly chaotic. And now we know who will occupy each of the 20 seats, who has ended up with the strongest pair of drivers. To work this out, we got our team here at the race to rank the lineups from worst to best, based purely on driver talent. We then applied the F1 point system to the results to create a final verdict on who has the best and the worst lineups on the grid. As we start at the bottom and work our way up, make sure you let us know.
My boy Pierre.
Yep, Pierre. If you disagree with our list but still like the video, make sure you.
My boy Albon, man. Looking forward to watching him next season again. Let's go and see number 10, of course. Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be, like I said, I had a feeling it was going to be Williams. I just didn't want to see it. But at the same time, who else were you going to put at number 10? Albon. We had a bounce back season. Wolf Williams, man. So looking forward to seeing him, obviously, with the new guy, Sargent, aka the American. Excited to see him in F1, so.
Williams narrowly lost out in the battle to avoid being last in our ranking, but ultimately 8 of the people voting placed the team at the bottom.
Jeez.
That had little to do with Alex Albon, who excelled in 2022 as he reinvented himself away from the Red Bull stable.
Yeah.
But the fact the team ended up taking its third choice option by promoting F2 racer Logan Sargent to be Albon's teammate worked against the lineup overall. It's not that Sargent is considered a write-off, but the low scores for Williams are a reflection of the fact the American is more of a gamble than Oscar Piastri or Nick De Vries.
Yeah, Nick De Vries drove for him this year as well. It still didn't go to him. That's tough. That's tough.
Williams to 9th in this list. More of our panel put AlphaTauri's pairing of Yuki Tsunoda and Nick De Vries bottom of the pile, but more 8th place rankings than Williams gave the Italian team the edge. There are plenty of question marks over this lineup. After 2 years in F1, has Tsunoda really proven he's capable of leading a team? Gasly has moved on.
But like I said, this is his third season, so we are going to see if he is or not. I am looking forward to seeing Yuki competing again. Hopefully he does show why he is him. But at the same time, who knows, man? Like, number 9.
Vries gets his long-awaited F1 shot, question marks remain over how much we can rely on his stunning debut with Williams to be an
that's what I'm saying.
Potential.
Nick De Vries with Williams. Drove for him as well. And Williams still couldn't get their man.
And could become a handy pairing in F1's midfield. While we're here, let's have a shout out for De Vries' former Formula E teammate and that series' current champion Stoffel Vandoorne. As our website editor Matt Beer puts it, perhaps if De Vries does well, we'll put Vandoorne back on the F1 race.
But whose spot would Vandoorne be taking though? Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo is a long way clear of the bottom 2 in this list, but also reasonably cut adrift for the rest of the midfield. Valtteri Bottas and Joe Guanyu remain for 2023, and amongst our team there was a reasonable amount of positive feedback on how Joe handled the step up to F1 in his rookie season. But in some quarters that also raised questions of Bottas. Opinions were mixed between the 10-time race winner being perfect to lead a team like Alfa Romeo, or possibly being at risk of having his advantage over the Chinese racer eaten into if he's not careful.
But I think I said throughout the season as well, it's such a big drop off going from Mercedes to Alfa Romeo. No offense, but you know, you're having a Mercedes car, qualifying well, winning races. Then you go from that to Alfa Romeo, who were, a mid-table team. It's a big adjustment, and I think Valtteri performed well last season. I think a lot of people going on you. A lot of people remember him obviously for the big crash that he had last season. So far so good. I'm not mad about the list. Williams, AlphaTauri, and Alfa Romeo. Let's keep going.
Number 7, Haas. The last time we did this, we expected Haas to race with Midfield.
Shout out to my boy K-Mag. Shout out to my boy K-Mag.
What a difference a year makes. Now Haas has 2 drivers that should be at home in F1's midfield and capable of scoring.
My boy K-Mag.
The car is up to it. Bringing in Nico Hülkenberg.
The German way. Both from German, right? The German link up.
Understandably more focused on
that German linkage.
Continue its recovery from the nadir of 2021, and to help manage that, it needs drivers it can rely on. Hülkenberg and Magnussen might not feature the star quality of some of the other lineups, but as a combination, they should allow Haas to punch above its weight on its best weekends. Number 6, Aston Martin. There was some
even with Fernando?
Verdicts on the Aston Martin lineup. To summarise them, the main points were: Fernando Alonso raises the team's level, he should be an upgrade on Sebastian Vettel, and he'll provide a more consistent benchmark to give us a clearer read on just how good Lance Stroll is. That's not to say Stroll is a lost cause, but by the end of his time alongside the relentless Alonso, it'll be clear if his peaks are high enough and if he accesses them as often as you need to be a top F1 driver. Occasionally you'll hear someone in the F1 paddock claim that Stroll is capable of being a race winner in the right car, but more often than not the people saying that...
Thoughts? That's a new... Let me know you guys' thoughts about that one. Do you guys think Lance Stroll has capability to be that race winner? I wonder if he's telling him that.
Employed by his dad.
Oh.
Take that with a pinch of
probably yes, Dad. Yeah.
If he holds his own against Alonso,
I do like Lance Stroll though. He's cool.
Who don't spend their entire weekends in green team kit who feel a similar way. Number 5.
Ooh.
Alpine's new all-French combination of Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly is widely believed to be a pair.
Oh, but Aston Martin is interesting though.
Flawed and not consistent enough to really take the fight to the teams ahead. But if Alpine can produce the fastest midfield car again in 2023, there's every chance...
They were good last year, though. They were good last year.
...regularly score points to give Alpine a chance of retaining fourth place. However, there's a slight feeling that Ocon and Gasly are the sorts of drivers who can form a good lineup alongside a top liner, but might they be too similar, or perhaps have a few too many limitations to really push Alpine on? Number 4, McLaren. The only element of McLaren's Lando Norris...
I'm not mad about that. Like I said, so far so good. And probably the only one that's probably a bit interesting is Aston Martin, Alpine. You could say I probably would switch him up, but at the same time, Alpine performed a lot better than Aston Martin last year. McLaren, 4th. Obviously Lando. Shout out to Lando Norris as well. Obviously one of the most exciting up-and-coming drivers in F1. A very, very good F1 driver as well. Excited to see how he continues his season as well. But also with Oscar Piastri, out of him, Sargent and DeVries, got a lot, has a much better team. Excited to see how McLaren does. Obviously, Daniel Rick is there, placing with Oscar. Excited to see how this young nucleus at McLaren works. It's gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting.
That stops this lineup from troubling the top 3 in our list is the wait and see
of
Piastri as he prepares to make his F1 debut. There's plenty of praise from our team over the qualities Norris is showing as McLaren's established.
Lando good, bro. Lando's fine.
Step in 2022 meant he didn't get many chances to shine near the front. There are high hopes for Piastri, but the fuss that was created over him in the driver market also brings pressure with it, and he'll need to hit the ground running to prove he was worth the effort McLaren went to extract him from Alpine to replace Daniel Ricciardo. Number 3, Red Bull.
What?
Red Bull's position...
What? Red Bull number 3. Okay. I know Verstappen's back-to-back champ. Now I know if we were doing an individual, Verstappen would be number 1. We know that. But you have a Ferrari over them and a McLaren. I'm sorry, a Ferrari and a Mercedes. Red Bull at number 3. I gotta hear this.
This lineup is in no way a reflection of what our team thinks of double world champion Max Verstappen. If we were ranking the drivers individually based on their level of performance at the moment, Max would surely be number 1.
Yeah.
Sergio Perez has done exactly what he was signed to do. Back up Verstappen well enough to help Red Bull claim its first Constructors' Championship of F1's hybrid era. So as a pairing, this one works exceptionally well and achieves the balance its team bosses are looking for. But this ranking isn't about which team has put together the most balanced lineup or who has achieved the delicate balancing act of having a clear number 1 and number 2. We're looking at the talent levels of the 2 drivers put together. And while there's little to choose between the lead drivers at all of the top teams, Perez was felt to be weaker than what could be considered the second drivers at Ferrari and Mercedes. Number 2, Ferrari.
Okay.
Ferrari takes second place on our list just as it did 1 year ago, and only one of our panel placed Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz top of the pile. There were a number of small factors behind that. Leclerc's first season as a title contender revealed a few holes in his game that he still has to work on, and Sainz wasn't always quite as close to Leclerc as many expected him to be.
That's true.
But there's still not much to choose between them, making this a formidable lineup that still has room for improvement. In the end, it wasn't the drivers that cost Ferrari the title to Red Bull in 2022. With the right car and better strategy calls, Ferrari has 2 drivers it can rely on to pick up big results.
And hopefully with Ferrari, with the new team management principle in store, I'm excited for Ferrari. Obviously, my boy Charles Leclerc, my favorite F1 driver. Hopefully, he makes some magic work again, like we saw last season at times, especially early on. Hopefully, man, it's gonna be hard though. It's gonna be hard to Mercedes. It ain't sweet like that. It ain't sweet with a Mercedes, and they're coming back with a vengeance, which we saw towards the end of the season.
Took part in this ranking, placed the combination of Lewis Hamilton and George Russell at the top of the list. Despite a troubled season with a difficult car, there's no suggestion Hamilton has lost any of his speed, which makes the way Russell stacked up alongside him in their first season together very impressive. Russell's form relative to Hamilton was one of the deciding factors that edged out the Ferrari pairing.
Russell was good last year, man. I was not expecting that.
Hamilton is considered still to be one of the absolute fastest drivers on the grid, along with Verstappen and Leclerc. Then Russell's performances were the real difference maker that gave the Mercedes duo the edge over the other leading teams. We get to see what Russell can do in a title-challenging car, which, as Leclerc found out, can put a driver through a different set of challenges. But given he's young enough to have room to improve, Russell's well set to show Mercedes it has a ready-made team leader waiting to step up whenever Hamilton calls it a day. That's the end of our ranking then. Take a look at the full...
It's a very, very interesting ranking. Like I said, probably the only one. Probably because I value Fernando Alonso a lot and just what he did last season. So, and then Alpine with Gasly and Ocon. We'll see. We will see, but you guys let me know your guys' thoughts on it. Don't forget to like the video and sub as well as always. Love you guys. Take care. Peace.